How to work your way up a company. You ever hear somebody talking, being interviewed, and they are the CEO of a company, and the interviewer says, well, how did you become CEO? And the person says, well, I went to the company, and one thing led to another, and I became CEO. That ever make you mad? That makes me mad. You know, whenever I'm watching something and I want to know the specifics of how the person did something, and they just say, well, you know, one thing led to another. One thing led to another and she became pregnant. What do you mean one thing led to another? Well, this video is for those people who want to work their way up a company and they want details and specifics. People want to be seen. They want to be seen. They want to show out. They want to go to work and they want to show off their clothes, their dresses, their shoes, their Xbox or a game that they just bought or an iPhone. Upper management doesn't want to be seen. They don't need to be seen. They're upper management. The peasants are down there. They can do stuff like that. What you really want to do at work, if you want to work your way up a company, is build a reputation of being trustworthy. So instead of you coming to work and showing off your iPhone or your Android, you just come to work and do your business, do your work, right? Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, that's the exact opposite of what I've been taught. No, I'm going to show you that what you can really do to really make a name for yourself. See, there's a way to be seen and there's a way not to be seen. Showing off your stuff or talking loudly or cracking jokes or what have you, that's not what you're being hired for. And I know it is said that the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Well, that really only applies for customers that have problems. Or, you know, to a politician, you're the customer. You know, you have a problem and the loudest person is the one who's going to get attention. That's not how it works in business. The best and fastest way for you to build a reputation is to make suggestions of how the company can save money. That gets their attention. You'll find that making such suggestions will then make upper management come to you with other problems because they're always looking for ways to save money. Always, always, always. I'm in finance. I love to find ways to save money because that's what I would concentrate on. How can we save money? Not only how can we make money, but how can we save money? There are companies that have $1 million in revenue and still go bankrupt. Now, how's that possible? Because they didn't figure out a way to save money, to make whatever they're making at a cheaper cost. So they go out of business, they go bankrupt. So then if you make good suggestions when they come to you with other problems, you then will put into upper management mind that you should be a part of the management team. Now, this should be a strategy. Before the quarterly meeting, you want to make your suggestion, and they save money. And so by the time they get to the quarterly meeting, they say, oh, we have to recognize our employee who saved us over $1 million in labor or in expenses or in manufacturing. That's what you want to do. It's a strategy. It's all a game. I keep saying it's all a game. It really is. It's all a game. And that's how you do it. That's how you work your way up. It's not enough to not be loud and boisterous, you know. And even then, when the others are loud and boisterous and you're just sitting at your desk, I know you think that you're getting overlooked, but in reality is you're building trust. If they can trust that you can come in and work your 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, and require very little supervision, that's what they pray for the entire company. So then, if you ever make a request, you've already built a reputation of being trustworthy, right? If you ever make a request, a lot of times they will bend over backwards to help you where they would not help another employee. It's all about reputation. And finally, the real clincher is if you do something that the upper management does, whether that's play golf, play tennis, go to the gym, bike ride, whatever, some activity that you know that upper management does outside of work. Now, what does that require? That requires you studying upper management. And how can you make a suggestion to save the company money? You have to study the company. You have to study the market that your company is in. You have to study what the other companies are doing. So if the other company is doing something and they make their widgets cheaper and you know that your company is not, you make your suggestion. It requires studying, planning. There is no such thing as a coincidence. You don't become the CEO of a company by accident. Now, of course, the fastest way to become a CEO is to form the corporation yourself. That's the fastest way. Now, I've made my suggestions about that and people have been like, I can't start a business. I say you can. Okay. So I'm moving down the ladder to the people who don't have faith in themselves. Study. This is a life. It's all a big game, a big, huge game. You thought you were done with homework? You know, there's people who literally started in the mailroom and ended up the president of the company. And I don't mean a little tiny company. I mean a big company. Started in the mailroom. Do you know what the mailroom is? That's the people who get the mail from the letter carriers, put it into boxes, and then have a little cart and they go deliver the mail to the various offices, secretaries, management, what have you. Mailroom. Absolutely no skill, no responsibility. And they ended up being president of the company. So it can be done. And if one human has done it, so can you.